thing, by the way. This is what's interesting about life. It's one of the great human comedies where it's never enough. So you have this guy who's like a pimp. Jeffrey Epstein's a pedophile pimp. And everyone coming to that island, now I know the media would disagree with my crazy generalization, right? Because of course there were people that went to the island to see the fauna and the flora. But let's just say that a good 90-some-odd% of them were there to fuck kids. That's why they're going. And Jeffrey Epstein he's created this island pedophile paradise for all of these people, but it's not enough because he goes, well, he goes, but I want this to be a weekend they'll never forget. And you go, well, no, probably even Ghislaine was probably like, no, darling, they're going to love it. We got everything. I got all these gals. We're bringing them in. He goes, no, but what about a magic show? And she's like, I don't really know if we need. Darling, I don't know if we have. We've got all these children from bad homes, and they're going to fuck all these people, and darling, they're going to love it. And he's like, yeah, but I just want more. I want people to talk about this. I don't want this just to be, the same old pedophile orgies that they've always been doing in Washington. I want magic. I want fun. What about a tarot card? What about a tarot card reader? How about a tarot card reader? What about a fun carnival, Some circus games. It might fit the theme of being pedophiles.
What is going on with me?
How about that fun thing where, the water gun in the clown's mouth? Ghislaine, can't we make it fun? Shouldn't we have it a little more fun here? They don't want it. And then there's probably these pedophiles that are like, and this guy Jeffrey was insufferable too. He started talking about science and seeding the human race with his DNA. And can you imagine that? You show up to the pedophile island and then Stephen Hawking's there. And Jeffrey Epstein's like, so we're doing a talk about physics with Stephen Hawking. And then David Copperfield is making a tree disappear. And then we'll all fuck the kids. People are going, hey, man, not for nothing, but can we get a move on this? It is hilarious because he was a pedophile pimp. I mean, none of that's funny, but just the idea that it wasn't enough. He wanted to be known. He wanted to hang out with like scientists, and he thought he was like a bon vivant. And he was a pimp. He was the people that you noticed or that you didn't. You would see in New York City when I was growing up, like these guys with fur coats or leather coats or big Cadillacs, and then they'd have the hookers standing in Times Square. That's all Jeffrey Epstein was. All he was is a pimp. But he had delusions of grandeur like anyone else. Because the Mossad and the CIA kept, pushing him, and he was blackmailing all these people, and they were kind of like, they had his back up until when they didn't. But he had all these delusions of grandeur. It's like, he wanted to have all these scientists hang out at his house. He wanted to hang out with Bill Gates. And he wanted to pick their brains, and he really fancied himself as this guy who was on the cutting edge. But he was just a pimp. That's the thing. Magician David Copperfield had dinner with Jeffrey Epstein and asked victim if she realized predators' girls were getting paid to find out other girls for him to abuse. So what does this mean? Was Copperfield saying this like, hey, what's up here?
This incriminates Copperfield potentially.
Why? Or maybe he's asking because he doesn't like this.
Maybe but did he leave the island after he asked this question? Because, he kind of knows something's going on either way.
The document said, go down here for a minute. David Copperfield was at a dinner at Epstein's, and there was another girl present who looked young.
The hell?
And Joanna asked what school she went to, and Joanna did not recognize the school name as being a college. And she said it was possible that it was a high school-aged girl. Joanna said Copperfield questioned me if I was aware that girls were getting paid to find other girls.
I don't understand how I can't fucking win a game, man. I really don't get it.
And there's all those weird notes, too, like the jackpot thing we saw earlier.
Yeah, get some of those up. David Copperfield's notes when he got to the island. None of this suggests any wrongdoing. David Copperfield He's like, and now my trick. I will make these 15-year-old girls disappear.
So this is weird. Yeah.
This is odd. This is an important message. Mr. David Copperfield, this is for Jeffrey. Time 5:36, I guess.